Keke Palmer has opened up about her decision to pull the much-discussed podcast interview with Jonathan Majors from her series Baby. This is Keke Palmer. The episode, titled No Easy Answers, Accountability and Moving Forward with Jonathan Majors, was recorded earlier this spring but never aired due to mounting backlash over its timing and perceived insensitivity. Palmer explained her reasoning during a recent sit-down on The Breakfast Club, Power 105.1 FM. She emphasized that her goal was to offer an unbiased space for discourse, giving Majors the opportunity to speak freely while allowing listeners to form their own judgments. "You don't agree with everything they did, you don't love everything, but you gotta have the conversation," she told hosts. Despite these intentions, pushback from both her team and the public prompted her to shelve the interview out of respect for those who felt the conversation was untimely. "People felt it was insensitive," she said, explaining that if no positive outcome could be drawn, airing it didn't feel right. Palmer made clear she holds no ill will, expressing heartfelt support for Majors' wife, actress Meagan Good, whom she described as a mentor to me and a representation for all of us young Black women. First announced in April, the episode was intended to coincide with Majors' media tour promoting his drama magazine Dreams. But the project sparked immediate controversy due to his December 2023 conviction for assault and harassment in a New York case involving ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. While avoiding jail time, Majors was sentenced to probation and required to complete a domestic violence intervention program. Further concerns emerged when leaked audio surfaced of Majors allegedly admitting to choking Jabari. Critics argued that giving him a platform so soon after these revelations showed poor judgment, especially from Palmer, who had herself been vocal about past experiences with abuse. One influential voice online reminded Palmer of her own history. "Keke Palmer needs to be held accountable for platforming a serial abuser," protested an ex-user. They added, "There is a video of him admitting to choking his ex. Bad move, Keke." Critics drew parallels between Palmer's decision and what they viewed as careless leniency toward powerful Black men with allegations against them. Against this backdrop, the podcast recording went unreleased, replaced in a feed by an episode featuring rapper Cash Doll. Though the reasons weren't detailed at the time, insiders have now revealed it was a strategic decision made soon after the backlash began. On both The Breakfast Club and Angela Yee's Way Up with Angela Yee, Palmer reiterated that her partners advised against airing it. "It was then suggested or decided that we shouldn't put it out," she said on Yee's show. She also returned to her core stance as a journalist. "Doing her job doesn't imply approval or advocacy. Just because you're interviewing somebody doesn't mean you agree with everything," she noted. Palmer's comments on The Breakfast Club included a moment of reflection on media ethics. She found irony in how society is willing to interview notorious figures like serial killers, yet hesitate with Majors. "People sit down with serial killers," she said, though she hastened to clarify the comparison wasn't intended to equate Majors to them. When asked who she was protecting, Palmer brought the conversation back to Good and emphasized her unwavering respect for her. "I've grown up loving her. She's honestly a mentor. I was happy for her to get married," Palmer stated, signaling that her friendship influenced the decision just as much as public response. Looking ahead, Palmer left the door open for the interview's eventual release. "Maybe one day, we get a chance to put the podcast interview out," she said, though she cautioned that nothing is certain. Meanwhile, Majors continues with career recovery efforts. In addition to magazine Dreams, he's attached to the supernatural thriller Merciless, and rumors swirl about his possible return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even after his firing post-conviction. This high-profile, on-air podcast episode underscores the complicated intersection of forgiveness, accountability, and media responsibility. When the person in question faces serious misconduct accusations, timing is key. Palmer's stance highlights the delicate balance between journalistic integrity and cultural sensitivity, exercising discretion when public sentiment demands it. Keke Palmer's scrapped interview with Jonathan Majors was pulled because widespread backlash deemed the release insensitive. While her journalistic intent was dialogue-centric, her partners and public consensus ultimately guided the decision. With her respect for Meagan Good and awareness of social responsibility front and center, Palmer treats the episode as always there,